3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Bean Gaming. Major breaking news going on right now. Just happened a couple hours ago, and I'll just tell you real quick, and more details to follow at a different time. But Bean Gaming's voice, my voice, will be used in this game at some point very soon. So that's super cool about that. But what are we doing here today, man? What do we have going on? Well, I know there's a lot of starters, and there's shiny starters, and there's vengeance shiny like, what the heck is going on here? Well, let me tell you that the Jar Pickles, the JLP, is an absolute game changer. And I want to compare some of these starters on one of the hardest maps, if not the hardest map, because it's an all-around great starter. What qualifies as a starter? Pretty much any unit that you can place down at the beginning of a game, and that falls in the realm of roughly anything under $1,000 to place. Now, there are maps and there are endless games where you are going to have more money than that, but it's just a general idea that people typically say a starter in Five Nights Tower Defense, we're typically roughly right around the $1,000, underneath $1,000 range, that's going to be able to carry, so that way you can put down your mid-game units and your end-game units safely. So what do we have here? Well, you know, we have to go with the shiny phone guy that has vengeance on it. We are bringing back the shiny Night Guard Afton, which is still absolutely amazing. It's still available because the cone AoE is slow and poison, and then it slows enemies by 40% and 50% damage and poison. Absolutely crazy. I have my boosters along with me as well, and I was not able to get vengeance on my shiny purple guy, but it's a turret spawner. This was absolutely crazy when it came out, and it spawns turrets there. And then we have a lot of people's favorites, the Tarnished Spring Body. I neither have shiny nor vengeance on there, so it's it's not going to do as well as some of these other units. To compare all of these units, and where do we do that? The Bean Gaming Spreadsheet of Hope. Here we go. You know we have to use the Bean Gaming Spreadsheet of Hope. I have the first level placements and the cost and the damage type, and you can take a look at the total DPS on the right hand side here. But what's more interesting is the cost and the final level of total DPS. Again, the placement cost is going to make a little bit of a difference, but with starters, you really want a very low cooldown. And you can see Phone Guy actually takes it at 0.2, which is really good. But again, take a look at the final level, because some of these other units, their DPS actually, or their cooldown actually comes down a little bit, making their total DPS higher. So Tarnished Spring Bonnie starts off at 0.8, is down to 0.3. The Night Guard Afton stays consistent at 0.8. Same thing with Purple Guy, although his turrets spawn much faster. And then the full AoE Bucket Bob, we're going to be doing an in-depth analysis of Bucket Bob eventually, but starts off at 0.6 and down to 0.4. Take a look at the total DPS for these units. The best one out of all of them is the Tarnished Spring Bonnie. Now, of course, I am hindered a little bit because I don't have shiny vengeance, but out of all of them, this is the best DPS unit. But wait a minute! Wasn't there like a question mark on the thumbnail? Is there a unit that's actually better than this? There is, and a lot of people know about it, but many people actually don't know about it. And the reason is because as of today, as of this video, there's only 101 of these units that exist. And guess what? I have that one, and I've had it ever since the beginning. So let's bring it out. Where am I going to bring it out from? Let's highlight and right click, and we're going to go to unhide. There it is. It's the Fortified Endo. Let's go. It doesn't have the best DPS to start. That's Purple Guy. But again, let's go ahead and highlight these rows here, right click and go to unhide. There it is, Fortified Endo, 4,000 damage per second. Like, let's go. The cooldown is the best cooldown out of all the starters. It's tied with Phone Guy, I should say. And it has 4 placements. It is cheaper. Look at this, $500 to place versus the Phone Guy at $750. There are units that are cheaper, which is the Bucket Bob. And again, there are other starters. There's Witch Toy Chica, and there is Freddle. I'm not including everything here. I'm just going with the ones that most people are going to use. Get your best bang for the buck. And so, like I said, here we go. Fortified Endo 0 to damage of 200, but the cooldown actually takes the DPS to 1,000. Multiply that by 4, you're at 4,000 damage per second. And you're like, hang on a second, Bean. Isn't Phone Guy the best because it has that, what was it, the 30% slow? I think it was 30%. Don't quote me on that. We'll check it in a minute. And then we also have, isn't there something else that slows down? Yeah, Bucket Bob. That does slowing as well. So how can Fortified Endo hold its own? I mean, that's where the JOP comes into play. So let's actually hop back on into the lobby and say goodbye to the Bean Gaming Spreadsheet of Hope. Yes, Phone Guy does have a 30% slowdown. Okay, we're going to try out these units here, and probably the hardest map in the game. I still have to work out the stats for this, but 5-6 I think might actually be the hardest map because of how fast those enemies come out on Wave 1. We're going to try all 4 of these starter units now, and then we're going to go back and swap in the Fortified Endo 02, and then we're going to check it out and see which one you think is going to be the best. Here we go. Keep in mind that many of the starters actually ended up getting a buff, meaning that they were, a good handful of them were single target and got changed to cone AoE based off the developers' feedback from the community. And so that's a really good idea. Also, the JOP here, the Jar of Pickles, is absolutely a game changer, and as well as the Shiny Eclipse Ballora. But let's start off with the Phone Guys. Let's place as many of them down as we can. Of course, you know we get an amazing amount of money to start, and let's see how far they can actually solo this map. We are going to put down a, let me see, whoops, nope, wrong one, sell. And yeah, we are good to go here. And let's see, let's zoom out a little bit and see if they can actually handle this first wave. Or let's see how many waves we can get to. I love that they're taking down as many of these enemies as possible, but no, they could not survive, not on their own. That's interesting. Okay, next unit up. Here we go. We're going to use the Tarnished Spring Bonnie this time. There's 3 placements, so let me make sure that I get all 3 of them down. We're going to go ahead and put our range booster and slowing booster down, as well as the Shiny Eclipse Ballora. Let me go ahead and max out as best as I can here. If I can actually do that and get these controls to work, like what's going on here. And yes, we are good to go, completely maxed out. How far can we get with the Tarnished Spring Bonnie? They are doing a pretty decent job here. They might... Can they get... Or are we going to lose? Well, we're going to take a lot of damage here, but did they survive? They did survive the first wave. And remember, this is just Puppet's Nightmare. It's not a shiny, nor is it Vengeance. I might see if the developers can hook me up with that, just because, I mean, they might be in the running here. They actually might be in the running. And they are doing just fine. The slowing is helping out quite a bit. It's a 50% slow for the JOP. And I really like it. Look at them. They're actually doing a really nice job. Wow, this is pretty good. No, we're not going to make it, but at the same time, we got to Wave 5, right? Yeah, Wave 5. Interesting. Okay, next unit up. Here we go. We're going to go with Purple Guy, and let's get all 3 of them down. And he is a shiny version and also has Shadow on him. Again, I'll try and get Vengeance on him at some other point. I'm just not overly interested in getting Vengeance on him like ASAP. Just because we don't need to. I have other starters that are better. But the turrets are absolutely crazy. This one was so good when it first came out. And are we completely maxed out? I think so, right? Yeah, we're completely maxed out. And so they're doing the cone, which is really good. And are we going to be able to... We are going to be able to survive Wave 1. I just don't know if we're going to... Oh, no, we didn't survive Wave 1. Oh, no. I thought we did it. No? Guess not. Okay, next unit. Let's go Night Guard Afton. Night Guard Afton is shiny, 3 placements, and it has Vengeance on there. We're going to go ahead and get down the Pickles, the JOP, and then we have to get down that Shiny Eclipse Ballora. Let's max these out as fast as we possibly can. And they do cone AoE. And look at that range on them, 67.5. That's actually really, really good. And they are going to town here. The Ruined Lobits, are they going to be able to take them out? Or at least, yes, they are. Nice. Well, we are going to take damage still. But we did survive. Oh, we just barely made it. But we are on Wave 2 right now. And the Ruined Balloras, they're very, very slow. So you throw that Ice Cube on top of them, we are going to be able to survive. But can we get past Wave 5? That's the question of the day here. At least for the Shiny Vengeance Night Guard Aftons. And I think we're going to. Look, we're on Wave 4. Coming up to Wave 5, I mean, these enemies, they're getting... There's quite a bit of handful of the enemies. And, oh, no, I don't think we're going to be able to... Yeah, well, we got to Wave 5, and that's it. Okay, so we're tied. Who do we have left? Oh, we have the Fortified Endo 02. Here we go. I forgot to mention, but if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I do Nightmare Hell Mode modifier all the way through. Okay, let's get down the JOP. Let's go ahead and get down 1, 2, 3, and 4. of the Fortified Endos Shiny Vengeance. And let's go ahead, max out, max out, max out, max out, max out, and max out. Let's go. Oh no, didn't max out. Let's put down another JOP. That way they can max each other. Okay, and how are we doing here? Oh, this is quite a bit of damage going on here. Are we going to take any damage to start? No, we didn't. And now we're on wave 2. They are doing a number. Look at this. Look at this damage here. And let's get out. It's math time with Bean Gaming. 893. Divide that by 0.088. And then multiply that by 4. 40,000. Wait a minute. 40,590 damage per second. Shiny Vengeance. Like, let's go. Are you kidding me right now? Is this even considered a starter? This is like a mid-game unit. But are we going to be able to get past wave 5? I don't know. Is it going to be close? Oh, wait, we are. And potentially going to take some damage. No, we didn't take any damage. Let's go. It's the cleanup crew. Mop time, baby. Wave 6. Yes. All right. Well, we were able to beat wave 5, which, I mean, we have got to bring along. I got to get my hands on a shiny Tarnished Spring Bonnie with Vengeance on it, just to compare and see what we have going on. But at the same time, we're doing just fine. Wave 7 on 5-6 Nightmare Mode Hell Modifier with a starting unit. Come on, are you kidding me? Now, you keep in mind, we do have these crazy boosters. 50% slow with the JOP, and then the shiny Eclipse Ballora that is really helping out bring that cooldown down. And this is, I mean, I wasn't expecting this. Really good. The Ruined Lobits are actually really good. I mean, really fast. So they cause some issues, but it looks like we're able to get those Ruined Circus Babies. Wave 10. Wave 10, yes. Well, now we're on wave 11. Now these enemies are starting to clunk up. And this is the issue with Cone AoE. It's really good, but it's not full AoE. That's the problem. That's why this is considered a starting unit. And we are taking damage now. 40 and 20. Okay, that was it. Let's combine some of these starting units and let's see how far we can get. So wave 12, really good. I want you to see something interesting here. We're going to put down the JOP. We're going to put down a phone guy, and we're going to put down our, well, let's actually max all of them out. We have our Fortified Endos all placed. There's 4 of them, and let's get our phone guys down. And there's going to be 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. Let's max out one of them completely. Let's max out a Fortified Endo. I may have some money left over. And, oh no, where's the Eclipse Ballora? I didn't put an Eclipse Ballora down. There we are. There's the Eclipse Ballora. Okay, let's go ahead and max out. Max, 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 and one more Endo maxed out. Okay, so the nice thing about the phone guy is it's full AoE. Look at the 2 that I maxed out right away. 300, and that's now we're at 400, but take a look at the Fortified Endo 02. 355, 400. So the phone guy, because it's covering more, is actually doing more damage. There's the 530. See? Did you see that? Look at this, 500, and then we're already at 700 with the phone guy. Because, once again, phone guy is full AoE, and the Fortified Endo is not. It's just Cone AoE. So, is Fortified Endo 02 really better? Again, that's up for debate. I mean, look at the phone guy. It's already over 1 million. It just depends on the map. In general, I think phone guy is probably going to be the best way to go. But when you have these mobs of enemies, when the track has many paths on it, phone guy is going to be the best way to go. Now, that's not saying Fortified Endo isn't bad. It's actually really good. And look, it's kind of catching up, but not really. I just think phone guy is going to take it. Once you get to single target, though, or a single track of mobs, Fortified Endo is going to take over because it's not covering, it's only covering one of these groups of mobs that are coming out here. So, I mean, this is just really interesting for me to see and play around with. I had an idea the phone guy was going to win, but I didn't think that the Fortified Endo was going to be as close as it was here. But this is a great map to test out these different units. Really cool stuff here. 2.9 approaching 3. Yeah, it's still phone guy for the W here. I should have probably placed a Tarnish. Let's see what Tarnish can do. Can Tarnish eventually catch up? No, it's too far gone to catch up. But I want to place as many units as I can now, because when the boss comes out, I am just not too confident that we are going to be able to beat the boss. Even though we have an amazing slowing unit, I just don't think that we have the firepower to take the boss out. We're on wave 13. and we're going to finish this thing up, probably not with the W, but with something that's going to be able to get us all the way to wave 15, which is still cool. When you're talking about starting units, to get to wave 15, to get to the boss, that's, I mean, when we first started this game, when Five Nights TD first came out, this wasn't even a thought. I mean, there's no way this could have ever happened. That's how much this game has evolved, which is pretty cool. Here comes the boss. No, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say Unforgiving Ennard is going to completely destroy us. And it is coming down. It's just not fast enough. Still pretty cool. We're not even halfway there. And I don't have anything else on my team. Let me put down another shiny Eclipse Ballora. Is that going to help? Let me put another one down. Please, Eclipse Ballora. You're so powerful. And no. We're about, I don't know, 33. It's just roughly 40%ish left over. Let's go back to the lobby and finish this thing up. What did you think of the shiny Vengeance Fortified Endo 02? And I wasn't lying on the thumbnail. There's only 101 that exists. It's extremely rare. I even checked the Five Nights TD trading Google forms, and I believe it's over 100,000 souls. Right around 117. I'll have to check it again, but absolutely insane that something like this is as valuable as it is. But I mean, look, only 101 exists. It's a shiny Fortified Endo 02. Absolutely amazing starter. If you can get your hands on an exclusive Night Guard Afton, that's what you want to do right now. Even the Bob. Oh no, the present went away, so he actually disappeared for me. But the Bucket Bob was an absolutely amazing way to go as well. So grab a Night Guard Afton. That's the only way now, unless via trade, and we'll just kind of go from there. Link to my Discord server, as always, is down below. Hop on in there. A lot of fun things going on in there right now. Giveaways. We just gave away, or finishing up giving away, a Season Pass right here. This top level here, the Season 5 Premium Pass. Top level. That's going on right now. It's going to end in probably 3 hours from this dropping of this video, so make sure you get your name in the hat for that. But more giveaways coming later. And so if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thanks again for watching, everyone. Hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!